What's going on, everyone? It's Breaking Back, and thank you for joining me. As you can see, I got my cleaning done, and I actually had a surprise trip to the vet. I noticed my smallest dog, she was licking her paw, and I looked down, and one of her nails was bleeding. Poor girl. So I stopped what I was doing and got ready real quick, and I took her to the vet, get her nails did. She's our least active dog. She doesn't even really run around the backyard. Put a leash on her, she lays down. She just likes to relax, so her nails don't get naturally ground down, so she's the one we have to take to get them done. And it just looks like she cracked one of them, but they got it all fixed up and she's happy, right as rain. So yeah, after I got her sorted out, I finished up my cleaning, and here we are. I don't have a lot of time before I gotta go pick up my son from school, unfortunately, but I was hoping to do something today with resin because I just got all this in the mail this morning, and I think I'm gonna try to get something done before I have to go get him. Obviously I'll have to edit the video later and all that, but I should be able to knock something out. So what I ended up getting was this 2-part resin, just the normal stuff. I was all out of that, and I don't know if you saw my last video where I tried making some UV pendants, but I figured out the problem was I was using a black light that was way too strong. It's one we use for Halloween decorations, and it was warping. Like, it'd make the resin cup up like that. So while looking for one of these, I found the pack that came with a couple bottles. Came with this little silicone, I wouldn't call it a mat, a little sheet of silicone, a couple gloves, a couple stir sticks, a couple stir pots, and then I ended up getting myself some more gloves. These came with pumps, which I'm stoked about because I make a huge mess. And then like a little resin stir stick, some gloves, whatever. And then these are the pendants I got. That way I don't have to make them in a little mold and have them have little lame edges with nothing on them, you know what I mean? So these should be fun to use, and I'm excited. I want to figure out what I want to put in one, and we'll get going. All right, so I got some packing tape, and it's sticking to that. That'll make sure none of the resin bleeds through, I believe. And first I'm gonna put just a thin layer, and then we can paint some mica powder on top. I know you can mix it in with this stuff, but you don't want to go too dark, or too much mica powder rather, just because it'll block the UV light from actually kicking this stuff off. You don't want that. So first I'm just going to fill this up with a thin layer. Make sure it goes all the way to the edges. And then we do not want those bubbles. So we're going to pick those out with these little picks it came with. If that doesn't work, I'm going to get my lighter out. I think the plan is I want to just make something for my wife real quick, just in case it turns out good. She's a big fan of peacocks, so I think I'm going to do like kind of like a gradient where I start at the top with purple, then blend it into blue, then end with green at the bottom, maybe clear at the top. I don't know. Never done this, so I'm going to try it out. Don't know how long I'm supposed to do this, so let's try the middle setting, which looks to be 90 seconds. All right, the 90 seconds is done. Now let's get our mica powder put on. Okay, I got my paintbrush. Hopefully this stuff's dry. I don't want to touch it and leave a fingerprint, but oh man, I forgot. I'm gonna be coughing up glitter. You really don't need a lot of this stuff. Oh wow, it's not actually sticking to the resin. I wonder if we just leave it kind of suspended there, what'll happen? Guess we can find out. I thought it would kind of just grab onto it, kind of like it does with the molds, but I guess not. I think naturally we'll do blue next. And I'm not going to bother trying to brush it in because I know it's not going to stick. So let's go right to the green. Figured I'd wear one glove from each. Yeah, I didn't really wipe off the excess before I went in on that one. Whoopsie. Yeah, big pocket in this corner. You can kind of see the color pattern like that. Let's tap out that extra. I've only got a few minutes before I need to really think about getting out of here, so maybe we'll just fill it up. There's a lot of these little, I don't know, bezels are they called? So I can make plenty more. All right, let's get those bubbles out. Maybe they can add some character. All right, let's get this thing turned on. I think I'm gonna do the full. All right, the 2.5 minute timer went off, but I gotta go pick up my son. So I'm actually gonna throw this back on and I'll just hit it again. And that way I can be sure it's done, and I'll pop that thing out when I get back. See you soon. All right, I'm home from picking him up. He's having a little snack. Let's take this off. Oh, got some tape tear. There we go. I'm about to put a coat on that. Yeah, look at that. Let's do that first. Not see anything too special, but we'll give it a chance. All right. Get that all the way to the edges. So this is just kind of like a trial run. No idea what I'm doing other than, like, you know, I've seen some shorts. I also don't have any little things to put in there, so I'm gonna have to step up my little charm game, I guess. Okay. All right, let's kick this thing off. All right, the final cure is done, and it is not tacky at all, which is good. Perfect. Okay. That being said, I'm not too thrilled with the results. Yeah, let's put it on a darker background. It's just not as much, you know, change from clear resin as I thought it would be. But that's okay. I don't think I'll give it to my wife. I'll wait till I make a better one. That being said, I know my daughter would love it as some play jewelry. So I think I'm gonna go that route. Either way, that was really fun. I got to learn some things. I need to get me some little knickknacks to put inside of these, I guess. They're pretty small, so I guess I'll have to order something. But I appreciate anyone who joined me. Thank you for watching. I hope you're having a great day. And I hope it gets even better from here on out. I'll catch you guys in the next one. See you.